In college, a sophomore, sick, high fever, drifting in and out of sleep, have this dream, unbelievably detailed, and way more grounded, for lack of a better word, than my usual dreams, which tends towards the surreal. I was this Jewish peasant. Woodcutting was his primary means of support, living in biblical times. There was this weird bifurcation of my mind and his. I saw out of his eyes, heard out of his ears, and there was some degree of understanding of his thoughts, but I could distinctly tell his thoughts from my thoughts. For example, and I'm skipping ahead a bit, he could look at two pieces of bronze and tell at a glance which one was the higher quality alloy. To me, they were orangish metal. He, on the other hand, was completely oblivious to things like who might be watching him at any given moment. Back in the dream narrative, we had heard that Samson had been killed, and there was this weird mood of despair in the village, a kind of conviction that we were all going to die, but we might as well go down swinging. We made the decision to attack a Philistine hill fort, kind of over on the hill a bit away. Very slapdash affair. It was organized at the level of all the adult men go meet by the big rock outside the village with whatever weapons you've got. With some help from the younger lads, I chopped down a likely tree and cut off the branches, making a crude ram that we slung together on ropes. All these preparations are made in plain view of the fort/settlement we were going to attack, but guy I was in the dream, seemed completely oblivious to the idea that we were probably being watched and prepared for. We attack at dusk, discover that the fort, made of timber and mud, doesn't have walls as high at one point near the back, and if we had someone stand at the base, another person could stand on their shoulders and climb up. We split up into two groups, about 30 people each. I'm on climbing up. We get in. There aren't really that many Philistines in the fort. About 20 altogether. No women, no children, no old folks. He was confused about it all. I'm sure that they saw us coming, put two and two together, and evacuated everyone who wasn't going to help fight. There is a fight on the rampart. Although there were only 4 Philistines stationed there, most were at the gate. I remember him slipping up behind a Philistine who was wrestling with one of our guys, and hitting him in the back. I could see the bone of the spine stick out for a moment before blood gushed out and covered it. He was still twitching, and I don't think the guy in the dream had ever been in a fight before, let alone something lethal, and he wasn't sure if the Philistine was dead, so he kept hitting him over and over and over again, until he was practically diced. We take the fort, start looting. No animals, which was a disappointment to him, but some grain, tools. And I remember my guy took a small woolen rug. He had never seen a rug before, thought it was the coolest thing ever. After we take what we can carry, we haul it outside of the fort and burn the place. I still don't know what exactly that was, but I'm Jewish, was never religious, although I went to Hebrew school. After the dream though, I noticed my Hebrew, which was fairly rudimentary before, took a marked increase in skill and proficiency. I'm good enough now to read directly out of the Torah, which I could never do before, and I didn't take lessons or anything afterwards. You decide what the freak it was.